Hi everybody, this is Ingi and today I will share with you my diary for 2021. I had a 2020 journal and it was simply made in PDF, but this year you have option whether or not you want to use my Keynote journal or if you want to use the PDF, but it will look basically like this. And it's 12 spreads and also your dates and everything, and then for every month you can write down your goals. You can also write down the cards you get for the spread. It's good to reflect on later on. If you don't understand your cards straight away, it doesn't really matter, because usually when it comes to tarot, you give it a little bit of time and you will understand what it was when the time is right. So it can be maybe one card is like, what does this card mean in this position? But then when you think of it and you give it a bit of time, then it will start sinking in what the meaning is for you. So I want to show you just a little bit of these spreads. For example, in January, new beginning. So that's all about clearing, purifying for the new year. So one of the questions that you can ask the tarot is, how can I best focus my talents this year? That's a very good question, because when you're asking that way, then you're not asking something that's beyond your control. You're actually asking something that you have the answer at your fingertips. So the cards will help you then change your mindset. And it could be that you see maybe something that you're doing that you just need to change it a little bit, or that maybe there's a real talent there, but maybe you're not focusing on it as much as you could. And another question is, open up the possibility that maybe you will go somewhere new, maybe you will travel somewhere. And then in February, it's the True Love Tarot spread. And one of the questions there, I thought I'll have to explain it a little bit, because the fourth card is, whom do I love the most? And you might know who the other person is, and you don't have to use that question. You can change it if you like. But I'll put it in there because sometimes you might have a soul connection to someone and you're not really aware of how significant that is. So maybe there is someone that's actually much closer to on a soul level than what you realize. And that can kind of be like an opening for that. It can be better communication in the future. Then another question is, how can I best have harmony in love? Because in love, sometimes we sabotage our relationship because we carry on with us all these ideas that sometimes aren't really true. And if you want to purify your love life, having a look at how you can best achieve harmony in your relationship, that's a good question to ask. The tarot will give you the answer to that one. In March, that's a 3 in numerology, third month of the year. And 3 is a real positive number. So I named this spread Happy Thoughts Tarot Spread. So now it's more about belief system. For example, one of the questions are, how can I best improve my emotional well-being? How can I best give of myself? That's another question. What belief system is holding me back? That's another question. So that is all about how you can have a better inner life from what you're thinking. What you're thinking will create your life. So sometimes when we start spiraling on more the negatives, that's our defenses. And it's a good idea to question those thoughts on a regular basis. If not, we can easily spiral into a negative mindset. That is a safe haven, because it will keep everything at bay, but it will also keep abundance at bay as well, and harmonious relationships. So it's a good idea to challenge those belief systems. So that's March. April, April is, it's Easter, so it's all about new beginning again. So now it's a reinvention. How can I best reinvent myself? That's a question for this month. And also, one of the questions in this spread is how can I best protect what I already have? I'm all for healthy boundaries. Protect what you have, nourish what you have. Don't just throw it all away. Part of reinventing is also bringing with you all the good things that you already have created. May, I call this spread for Never Bored Tarot Spread. So now you can take stock, This is a 5th month, and 5 is all about excitement. It's about doing things a little differently or allowing things to flow better in your life. So now the questions are, what excites me? Maybe there is something coming in or a new energy that you can embrace, or even let something be more than what it is already. Maybe you have a real joy in an area that you haven't explored, or maybe you are already exploring it, but you're not maybe aware of how much it can bring you joy. Interestingly enough, I got the tower in that. I got the tower in this one. I got that the tower excites me. So I'm like, how can the tower excite me? But when I thought about it a little bit more, the tower can represent the financial market, and I am really interested in stock market and try to predict the stock market price action and things like that. So when I realized actually that they're trying to talk about the stock market and things like that, then I understood what it meant with the tarot. So you have to think a little bit what this as card represent. Like if you get a card that's negative like that, what sort of energy or what area of life does it represent? It's a good idea if you get really stuck with these to go to Tarotingi and go to the card meanings and go to the entrepreneur spread, because I've written entrepreneur meanings, and there I've written what sort of fields the different tarot cards represent, and then you might get some ideas what sort of fields excites you, but you might also get the answer straight away just looking at the cards. In June, Heal the Heart spread, and then the questions are more around focusing a little bit away from self-absorption towards looking out into the world, what you can give to the world. That's a very quick way to heal. So one of the questions is, what can I teach the world? And also one of the questions here is, who is my true friend? And I laid out the cards and I got someone, and if you see it straight away who it is, but if you don't, you might want to go to cycles. So go to Tarotingi and go tarot cards and cycles, and you can match the card you got with the cycle. And maybe there's someone that's born in that time. So I got both the birth date in the period plus the moon sign of a long lost friend from Norway actually there. So that was a bit of a sad thing to think about, but someone who is my true friend that I've lost touch with. And I struggle a lot with maintaining my friendships when I moved to Australia, and that was, the card actually showed me that's a true friend that I have in Norway, even though we found it hard to maintain our friendships. But again, the tarot cards will read everything on the soul level. What you're thinking again. Like what I was thinking about this friendship is not reality of the friendship, and that's what the cards and I often get that with the cards, and that's why I think I love the cards so much. That's one of the reasons, is that it does show you things and you think maybe that can't be true, but then when you think about it a little deeper, that okay, maybe it is true, because, and then you just, it brings up that realization. And so that was a bit of a realization for me in the June spread. In July, number 7, so 7th month. 7 is a number that loves learning, but it also sacrifices a lot. But instead of calling this like the sacrifice tarot spread, I want to do a positive spin on this. New learning tarot spread. And so this is about whether or not it would be a good idea to study something. How can studying benefit me? That's one of the questions. Another question is, what subject will be interesting to me? So sometimes if you go through this with an open mind and you go through these spreads, you will find out more about yourself. Learn new things about yourself doing tarot spreads and opening it up to that other things than what you're used to can also be exciting and interesting, because we are always changing. In August, I decided to put in a travel spread, New Horizon Tarot spread. So one of the questions is, what will be the positive ripple effect of my travels? My travels has been amazing in my life. It has always brought me so much wisdom that I would never have gained if I stayed in one place. I think it is just the quickest way to really change without even having to do any belief work. It will do it for you, because once you live in the new energy, it will just start, you'll just become part of that new group consciousness. And when you go back again or you travel somewhere new, you bring all those wisdoms and insights with you. So, September, I thought I'd bring in the Virgo energy here of refinement. Being disciplined. So I call this the Big Refiner Tarot spread. And then one of the questions here is, what sharpens my skills? And then the next question is, what dulls my skills? So have a look at that. And also how you can best refine your skills. Like, how you can best refine yourself. Be like the best version of you. But it's based around skills. Skill development. October, the Big Commitment Tarot spread. This is more than just committing to a person. This is also committing to your life, in how you invest your time. Seeing opportunities that's right in front of you. That's being committed to your life. Being open for those opportunities. And also being a leader as well. So one of the questions is, what kind of leader am I? And then I got the 5 of Swords there, so I should probably not be a world leader or anything like that. But that has to do with trust. I knew when I saw that 5 of Swords, I don't trust anyone to do anything, so I have to do everything myself. So I would be a terrible leader because I can't delegate. But have a look, so you learn about yourself, even things that you don't want to look at, you just see, you just learn about yourself doing these, and then be honest as well. Like, I didn't like to see 5 of Swords there, but it's something that I have issues with trust. I can't delegate, so it showed up in the cards as well. November, my Gratitude Tarot spread. This has to do with faith as well. And also, if gratitude is a mindset, and that it will bring in so many more positive things in your life. So it will develop your faith. It will help you get rest. It will help you heal from heartache. But most importantly, it will also help you with boundaries, strangely enough. Because if you're grateful for your life, you will want to protect it as well. You're not going to just so easily self-sabotage it. So one of the questions here is, how can I best achieve peace in my life? And by working on gratitude, you will have peace. So this one is, you might get a very sort of cards that maybe you won't even really fully understand them, but if you write them down and go back to these cards, you will understand them as you go through your life. You go back to them, you go back to your original cards, and they will start to make sense to you. December is the year review spread. What skills did I learn this year? What strength did I develop this year? What was challenging this year? So it's asked questions like that. Maybe the most important question here is, how will the efforts put in this year benefit me next year? So everything you put in this year will benefit you next year again. So also when you are in December, go through your goals. Look through your goals and see, did I achieve those goals? Were they really important to me? Or did I change them? Maybe, like I had a look at something I wanted to manifest. And I just saw I'd put it up somewhere, but I forgot about it. And I read it again. And I'm like, those things aren't even important to me right now or anymore. So I'm not manifesting that. But when I wrote it down, it was important back then. But it's not something I am manifesting or trying to manifest. So it doesn't mean that you have to go full on into the manifestations on your goals. But at least then you'll also see what was important to me in January. What was important to me in January? What was important to me in May? What's important to me now? What did I create this year? So that's your Tarot Ingi journal, and it will be up for sale. You just click on the link. You can get it if you have an iPad. Get the Keynote version. If you don't have an iPad or you can't get Keynote on your device, I think you can get Keynote on other Apple devices. But if you don't, you just want the PDF version, it works wonderful as well. You just buy the PDF version. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and have a wonderful Christmas, everybody. Bye.